deep in the dense tropical forest of the Americas, where the towering canopy blocks out the light.
And the air is always thick with moisture. A silent intruder appears. A large bat, agile and highly opportunistic, has found something rare, the nest of an owl. It lands and begins to feast.
But in the wild, no action comes without consequences. From afar, the true owner of the nest is returning.
A cry rings out through the forest, and in that very instant, everything changes. But in the natural world, every action comes at a price.
The moment it senses danger closing in, the bat instantly abandons its unfinished meal and takes flight.
The chase erupts at once within the dense canopy of the tropical forest of the Americas. The owl surges after it with fierce precision, gliding through the narrow gaps between tree trunks and thick foliage ahead. The bat flies in panic, darting erratically and changing direction abruptly again and again in a desperate search for survival. But the distance between hunter and prey is rapidly closing. A strike comes within inches, but nature is always full of surprises.
At the very last moment, the bat escapes and vanishes into a narrow crevice.
The owl stops outside, watching in silence. In the wild, strength sometimes has to yield to swiftness.
Night falls, and life continues. High in the treetops, a colony of bats begins its nightly feast.
Pieces of fig fall to the ground, becoming tempting bait that draws in other animals. And in the darkness, another predator appears. A python moves in silence,
Following the scent to its target.
A new confrontation begins, unfolding slowly yet heavy with tension between the armadillo and the python. The armadillo strikes back with a powerful tail swing, strong enough to completely turn the situation around. In the end, the predator is forced to retreat, and the cycle of life continues once again in the wild.
In nature, it is not always the strongest that survives, but the one that adapts best to each fleeting moment of survival.
High in the treetops, a colony of bats quietly begins its feast in the night, sending pieces of fruit drifting down onto the forest floor below. In the wild, nothing is ever truly wasted. Within moments, the first opportunists arrive. A small squirrel quickly rushes in and claims the food that has just fallen, but it is far from alone soon after. Others begin to appear one by one, each trying to secure a share for itself. In nature, nothing is ever truly safe.
Under the cover of night, something else is watching the python. A new confrontation is about to begin. The hunt fails once again.
But the night is still long. High above, the rhythm of life continues in silence. The python slowly climbs upward, quietly closing in on the place where the bats remain completely unaware.
The hunt fails once again. The python slowly retreats to the forest floor, quietly making its way toward the water. Night slowly draws to a close. Light returns. The forest awakens, and the cycle of life continues once again.
The forest is not only a place where survival chases unfold, but also a home to countless animal species, where every sound, every leaf, and every stream helps keep life in motion, from the smallest creatures, beneath the layer of rotting leaves, to the predators hidden in the darkness. All are inseparable parts of the natural world. But that world is becoming increasingly fragile under human destruction. Every forest that disappears does not only mean the loss of trees, but that world is becoming increasingly fragile under human destruction. Every forest that disappears does not only mean the loss of trees, is also to protect the precious balance of this planet and the future of our own kind.